Hey, my name's Adam Huxema, and I'm the co-founder of ProjectionHub. And in this video, we are talking about mistake number 5 in our list of the top 5 mistakes that founders make with their financial projections. We see a lot of financial projections as founders send us their projections before sending off to investors and lenders just for a review and feedback. And so we see a lot of the same mistakes over and over again. So we kind of compiled the top 5 mistakes that we often see and created a little series out of it. So this is video on mistake number 5, which is sales projections that are greater than the entire addressable market. So we often see projections that are kind of impossible because you're projecting to do more sales than your entire addressable market. I'm just going to show you what I mean by that as an example, so that you can hopefully kind of avoid doing this, avoid the embarrassment of sending this to potential investors and lenders. So let me show you what I mean. Okay, so I have our coffee shop financial projection template pulled up here, and I'll put a link to this template in the description of the video below in case you want to take a look at it. But in this example, the key thing I want to point out here is that we have forecasted based on a series of assumptions how many active regular customers our coffee shop's going to have. And we have applied some different growth rates, and so this number of active regulars kind of keeps growing. And what we often see is that maybe it makes sense in year 1 and year 2, but you apply these growth rates, and then eventually by year 5, the 5-year model, you might get some numbers that don't make sense anymore. So let's say we are starting this coffee shop in a town of 10,000 people, and based on the numbers we have in here, we're expecting to have 5,380 active regular customers by the end of year 5. And so the question is that reasonable? Is that possible within a city with an addressable market of 10,000 people? And so, what we would commonly do and recommend is really just a simple Google search. And so in this example, you can just say, hey, what percentage of Americans buy coffee every month? And you can see this example, or this result says, hey, our study found that 32% of Americans buy coffee from a cafe 1 to 3 times a week, with 6% buying coffee every day. And so we can take this information and kind of make sure we build this type of assumption into our model. So if we come back to our template here, if 32% of the 10,000 people are buying coffee every day, but hey, of that 10,000, how many are children, right? That maybe are not potential customers, right? So that might have been 32% of American adults probably. And so even more so, this 5,380 active customers in a town of 10,000 probably doesn't make a lot of sense. The other thing in the model here is that we have an assumption here of how many times, number of visits per regular per month. And so we're assuming, hey, 1 or 1.5 visits per regular per month. Now, this might be based on the data we saw, maybe really conservative. Maybe this is too conservative because we saw, 32%, and those could be your regulars, are visiting 1 to 3 times per week, right? And 6% are visiting daily. So again, the point here is what you want to make sure you avoid is a lot of times these growth rates can kind of get away from you. And so what might make sense in the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 years doesn't make sense in year 5. And so you just want to be cognizant of that, check those numbers, make sure the growth rates don't get away from you and kind of outpace your entire addressable market. So hope that's been helpful. If you have questions about this for your particular situation, reach out to us at support@projectionhub.com. Thanks.